Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to All You Can Eat Wrestling, and this is your first review video for the recently concluded Monday Night Raw. And by the way, the first Raw after WWE Backlash, which recently got concluded in this weekend. So yeah, let's get started. Basically, Monday Night Raw today. It was kind of expected that it would be a very exciting one. Some surprises, some storylines getting forward to new heights. But then we started Monday Night Raw. It was initially built up that way. CM Punk came out, and started going at Paul Heyman. And initially it was thought that, all right, now Seth Rollins is going to come out and something's going to happen. Seth Rollins came out and went directly back at CM Punk, and it felt like, all right, now this rivalry is going to go for some long time now. And I think so kudos to WWE that they're trying to take this rivalry, stretch it very long. Earlier the way used to happen, take the likes of, let's say, the most recent example that you can say is John Cena versus Randy Orton. One of the rivals that it stretched very long. It intrigues the user to keep tuning to the show because of rivalries like that. So after that, you saw, after some exchange of words, Braun Breaker came out, and then we saw Braun Breaker trying to attack CM Punk. At the heat of the moment, Sami Zayn came in and tried to save CM Punk, and then Seth Rollins, of course, jumped in. They had their fair share of exchanges there, and then you saw the likes of Jey Uso come into the ring and save CM Punk and Sami Zayn. Very interestingly, we had that watch along, by the way, in the show. If you have not watched it, please do. We thought during the watch along as well that it was expected that a new member would join in, a new member would come, and because it's high time, we are all anticipating a new member in this faction to complete the entire Seth Rollins faction. Unfortunately, this episode, it did not happen. We did not saw a new guy coming in, and instead we saw an upcoming match in the Saturday night main event where Sami Zayn and CM Punk is going to team up to face Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. There is a possibility that in Saturday night main event we get to see a new member in this faction. It'll be very interesting to see. On the very contrary, the storyline is revolving around 2-3 areas, where one, you have the feud between CM Punk and Seth Rollins going on, and on the other hand, you're seeing a Jey Uso come in, and Seth Rollins is now targeting Jey Uso for that World Heavyweight Championship, and very fairly so. We saw in the middle of the Raw episode, we saw Braun Breaker attack on Jey Uso, and straight away giving a message that Seth Rollins is coming for the title. And next week, we're going to have Braun Breaker against Jey Uso in the next episode of Raw. So we're going to have to wait for that. Now, after that, I think so, we had Penta versus Chad Gable, which was about to be, again, there is a mid-card rivalry trying to be developed in this entire Raw episodes that you're going to see in the next Raw as well, getting developed into some next level, where Chad Gable / El Grande Americano coming up and troubling the luchadors, with the likes of Penta, Rey Fenix, etc. But before that match, we saw Pat McAfee apparently come and have a grand entrance in the middle of the show and have a seat on the announcer's board. So yeah, I think so that him coming out of that match against Gunther at Backlash did not make sense to me. That how is he given so much of respect from someone like a Gunther? He's such a great, huge technical wrestler, and he's been at his top. Now he's been at his prime now. So to bring up Pat McAfee in front of him and then give him so much respect, that's kind of difficult to grasp. But what's bygone is bygone. Right now, we move to this match against Penta and Chad Gable. A brilliant match. I thought El Grande Americano would come in and have interference in this match by some form, but we all know what's happening here. Chad Gable himself was in that match, and no comments in that. We couldn't see any El Grande Americano, and we saw Penta win it. We saw a good Penta victory in that match by virtue of pinfall. Also, when we're talking about Penta, we are saying that Penta is after Judgment Day. the match that we had later on with Finn Balor and AJ Styles, which we're going to talk about. Penta came in and had a decent interference and his fair share of part in that match. And then we are seeing the Chad Gable slash Grande Americano have his, he's just gone, he's just set his target on Penta. That's quite clear. So this is becoming a multiple rivalry and multiple storyline here. So it is going to be interesting to see where all these storylines sum up and head going into the forward PLEs. Now going to the next match, which was kind of let's say a filler match, like we call in the watch along. Yeah, War Raiders versus the Creed Brothers. The Creed Brothers won there by pinfall, and we had the influence of New Day as well. Us as panelists in the channel, we had a very simple take that this tag team championship has to have more better storyline and better characters and much better tag teams, to be honest. The thing going at Friday Night SmackDown is much better to what's happening in Raw, so there has to be something there. Moving on, nothing much to do there. The Creed Brothers won their match comfortably, and then we had a very interesting match: AJ Styles versus Finn Balor, two very technical wrestlers, and I think so it was probably going to be the best match of the evening, because of the both of their styles and them being so talented in the ring. It was also quite anticipating. We were anticipating interference there, and that's exactly what happened. The Judgment Day members came in, and they tried to create a havoc. At the end of the day, AJ Styles won that match, and probably he's going to go on and challenge Dominic Mysterio into the next PLEs for the Intercontinental Championship. So we'll see about that. And the angle between Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio is also spicing up. So it's going to be very interesting to see where this head's going ahead. The next, we had a Becky Lynch promo, a very brilliant promo. I think so. She's going to open a very new chapter of hers in this run, with her being a heel. And yeah, I think so. The promo was top class from Becky Lynch. She left no stones unturned, and Lyra Valkyria, the rivalry with Becky Lynch, I think so. It's going to take both of these wrestlers to new heights. And going back now to the end of the show, we had Rhea Ripley versus Julia and Roxanne Perez. It was a good match. My prediction was Julia and Roxanne Perez to win the match, because, like I told in the watch along, it's as well, Julia Perez Julia and Perez do need a push. They're just new girls coming up from the NXT, and them beating the tag team of Io Sky and Rhea Ripley wouldn't have done much harm to the other veterans who are already here for a long period of time. Instead, could have pushed these girls, and they look talented as well. Roxanne Perez, top class talent. Julia, top class talent. You know what I mean? So their future is quite interesting, and it shows the way WWE is pushing them in the main roster as well, in the main events for Monday Night Raw. So that's a big thing. We don't know what's happening with Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. Maybe a tag team coming up. I don't know, but maybe Rhea Ripley can turn against Io Sky and then can challenge for the World Heavyweight, Women's World Champion. So we'll have to see which way that goes and which angle that opens up. So yeah, guys, that was it from Monday Night Raw. It was kind of a mid or average, let's say, Monday Night Raw. If you had asked me to give a rating for it, I would say it wasn't very exciting. I would go 2.5 out of 5, 2.5 out of 5. So yeah, that's my rating, guys. Yes, that's it from this video. Please do smash the like and also subscribe the channel, and also share it with your peers who love WWE. We're gonna have a heap full of content here for WWE, and also for the other promotions. We'll see how we can do that. But yes, few very fun watch alongs and videos coming on your way. Do smash the likes, and that's it for this video. Do take care of yourselves, and that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. Take care all.